Attention! Trump considers immigration reform. What does it mean for millions of undocumented immigrants? Welcome to Shuba Español TV, your news and analysis channel in Spanish. Today we have a highly relevant news story that is generating an intense debate in the immigrant community and in the media. Recently, the possibility has arisen that President Donald Trump is considering immigration reform that could open a path to legalization for millions of undocumented immigrants in the United States. This news, which has been described as explosive, has raised hopes and doubts among those who have been living in the country for years without legal status. But how much truth is there in these rumors? What implications would this reform have? And, above all, what should undocumented immigrants do to prepare for a possible change in immigration laws? In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about this potential immigration reform, its background, implications, and how it could affect millions of people. So stay in your seat, because this information is crucial for you and your family. The context of immigration reform. To understand the magnitude of this news, it is important to remember that the last major immigration reform in the United States was signed by President Ronald Reagan in 1986. This law, known as the Immigration Reform and Control Act, IRC, allowed more than 3 million undocumented immigrants to obtain legal residency. Since then, there has been no immigration reform of this magnitude, despite numerous attempts and proposals presented in Congress. Today, more than 30 years later, it is estimated that there are around 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States. Many of them have been living and working in the country for decades, contributing to the economy and being an integral part of communities. However, the lack of legal status has kept them in limbo, facing constant threats of deportation and limited access to basic services. Why would Trump consider immigration reform? The possibility that Donald Trump, a president known for his harsh rhetoric towards undocumented immigration, is considering immigration reform has surprised many. However, there are several factors that could be influencing this decision. 1. Need for manpower. The United States is facing a growing shortage of workers in key sectors such as agriculture, construction, and services. Many states, such as Florida, have reported a significant decline in their workforce, which has negatively impacted the economy. Undocumented immigrants have historically been an essential part of these sectors, and their absence could have serious consequences. 2. Political and social pressure. Despite the Trump administration's restrictive policies, there is growing pressure from immigrant rights groups, community leaders, and some sectors of Congress to find a permanent solution to the status of undocumented immigrants. In addition, the Latino community, which represents an important voting bloc, has shown growing discontent with immigration policies. 3. Changes in the political landscape. With control of the White House, Senate, and House of Representatives, Republicans have a unique opportunity to push for bipartisan immigration reform. Some analysts suggest Trump may be looking to cement his legacy and win support from sectors of the population that have not traditionally voted Republican. What would immigration reform consist of? Although the specific details of the potential immigration reform have not yet been revealed, it is speculated that it could include the following elements. 1. A path to legalization. The reform would offer a process through which undocumented immigrants who meet certain requirements, such as having a clean record, having paid taxes, and having resided in the country for a certain number of years, can obtain temporary or permanent legal status. 2. Protection for workers. Since one of the main justifications for the reform is the need for labor, it is likely that measures will be included to protect the labor rights of immigrants and ensure that they can work legally. 3. Review of programs such as TPS and the humanitarian profile. The reform could also address the status of beneficiaries of programs such as temporary protected status, TPS, and humanitarian protection, which have faced uncertainty in recent years. What should undocumented immigrants do to prepare? In light of the possibility of immigration reform, it is crucial that undocumented immigrants begin preparing now. Here are some recommendations. 1. Gather important documentation. It is essential to have documents that prove your presence in the country, such as proof of residence, tax payment receipts, and any other document that can support a request for legalization. 2. Seek legal advice. Consulting with a qualified immigration attorney is essential to understand the requirements and process that reform may entail. An attorney can help evaluate eligibility and prepare the necessary documentation. 3. Stay informed. Since rumors about immigration reform have not yet materialized, it is important to stay abreast of official news and updates. Following reliable sources and avoiding falling prey to misinformation is key. 4. Plan financially. Legalization processes often involve costs, such as filing fees and legal fees. Saving and planning ahead can help you be prepared when the opportunity opens up. Divided opinions in the immigrant community. The news of a possible immigration reform has generated mixed reactions in the immigrant community. On the one hand, there are those who see this possibility as a light at the end of the tunnel, an opportunity to regularize their status and live without the constant fear of deportation. Many immigrants have been waiting for years for a solution that would allow them to reunite with their families, travel to their countries of origin, and enjoy the rights that come with having a legal status. On the other hand, there are those who are skeptical and doubt that this reform will materialize. Over the years, there have been numerous promises and proposals for immigration reform that never materialized. In short, the possibility that Donald Trump will propose immigration reform is a reminder that, in politics, changes can happen when least expected. For millions of undocumented immigrants, this could be the opportunity they have been waiting for to regularize their status and live without fear. However, it is important to keep one's feet on the ground and remember that until an official proposal is finalized, these rumors remain just that, rumors. In the meantime, immigrants should prepare, educate themselves, and seek legal advice to be ready for any eventuality. At Shuba Español TV, we are committed to providing you with accurate and timely information. If you have questions or comments, leave them in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thank you for being part of Shuba Español TV. See you in the next video with more news and useful tips for you. See you soon.